Welcome to Comm in 10, the official podcast of the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. We bring you a fast-paced 10-minute spotlight on the voices, stories, and projects shaping journalism, media, and communication on our campus. 10 minutes, one story, all Maverick.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Adam Tima from the School of Communication.
And I'm Jodine Brownlee, and I am with School of Communication as well.
That's what we do. And you are listening to and watching Comm in 10. This is our podcast. We're going to talk to people, faculty, students, alum who are all part of what makes School of Comm what it is. And today, I'm going to hand it over to you because you're running this one.
I'm really excited about this one. Not that I haven't been excited about all of them, but we're talking to senior JMC student Wyatt Lehr, who I've worked with very closely because you have been the co-station manager for the last couple of years. And you really helped us out in the sports department because we were in it was just kind of a rebuilding year for us. So when you joined us and your enthusiasm for sports, was really a blank slate. And so glad that you joined us then, and you've been progressing and just doing great things. So tell us about your decision to start with MavRadio.
Well, it all started, I came to UNO about 2-3 years ago now. And I just remember getting to All About Audio, one of my first classes of the semester that you were teaching and I was in. And you told me, or you told the whole class in general, hey, I help run MavRadio. I'm the faculty here who helps that. And we're looking for somebody right now to just help out with sports. We're getting into sports. It's soccer season. It's volleyball season. We need something right now. And it was me and a few other people in the class who were like, hey, this is why we're here. I'm technically a freshman now, junior when I got there, but my first semester here at UNO, and I just said, hey, I'm not going to get another opportunity like this. I'll take advantage of it. And I had to go with it.
I think that is something that happens a lot in our classes. People don't realize it. Oh, you have a radio station.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a TV station.
Yeah.
And now with the gateway cranking, now we've got a newspaper that is thriving. So our students don't realize what they've got until they get here.
Exactly.
So when you came in, what things surprised you about like little UNO School of Communication when you showed up here?
I think it was just the overall how quick I was able to get into it. It was within about 2 weeks, I think I was calling a volleyball game for UNO. So I think the opportunity is just there. And the small things, like you said, we have a TV studio, we have a radio station, we have a newspaper where you can walk in and put your name in there and start hanging out and talking with people. And I think the most surprising part, honestly, is how welcoming it is. I think you hear about the places like, not to call anybody out, but UNL, a lot of the time, I think a lot of people find that it's a bit tough to get into those situations or to get, getting going. It takes maybe until their senior year, late junior year to get those opportunities. But when I got here to UNO, it was like right away. So I think that was the biggest thing, honestly, just how quick and welcoming it was.
Awesome.
And you immersed yourself in it. And now, what I've seen is you're an award winner, a Midwest Journalism Conference award winner, Eric Severide Award. So it's pretty prestigious. And I know this year you've got some stuff in the can that we'll be putting up for contests later as well, because it's just, you've taken it really seriously. And this might sound a little crazy, but why?
I think at the end of the day, when you're coming to college, there's a few ways you can approach it. You can either approach it as you're just going to school, or you can approach it as this is how my dad and I kind of agreed on it. It was like you have to treat it like a job at some point too. It can't just be about school, because at this point you're not just working for a good grade, you're working for a profession. So it can't just be about going to school, going to class, sitting there, taking some notes and going home. You really have to be a part of it now instead of just going to class, like I said, and just being there.
So I've got a question for you, because this is something that we get in conversation when I teach, particularly Intro to Mass Comm. I have a lot of people that come in there like, I want to be an influencer. I want to do a podcast. I want to do everything that, is on social media, but I don't want to do news. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. What is surprising to them is, and I'm kind of curious where your thoughts are, the skill sets are the same. Do
Yeah.
you see that transferability from what you're doing at the board, what you've been doing in other spaces, to doing stuff online, doing stuff in social media, whatever the case may be?
Yeah. I definitely, like, right now, if you were to tell me when I first got here that I'd be sitting in this studio doing a video podcast, I would be like, why would we be doing that? This is a radio station. But now we have these sort of things. Now we have the ability to do these sort of things. And they all do transfer. Like, I promise you, like, from what I understand, what I've heard, having the knowledge of just going to somewhere and being like, oh, I know how to run this board, or I've seen this board, it impresses people. Because a lot of the time people come in and they don't have any knowledge of that. So just having the knowledge is never a bad thing. Learning something and having the ability to use it is never a bad thing.
And the leadership skills.
For sure.
You lead tours. I know that we've had high school media conference where you will lead panels. How is that? Did you expect any of that?
Definitely not like the panel part. The panel part was interesting for the high school media conference that STEM runs. That was a bit more different. I didn't expect to be somebody who would be invited to that sort of thing. Being a part of the news or the radio station and giving tours, I feel like was something like, yeah, like we're a station. People are going to be interested to come around and see it. But
Sure.
to know that the impact that or the work that I'm putting in is good enough to inspire people or help people be interested in being interested in journalism is really cool to see for sure.
Okay, so you come in and start doing sports. A lot of people say, I want to do sports. Explain to the universe what it's like to actually prep as a sports broadcaster before like a volleyball game, which you may have never watched before in your life. What's the prep like?
So I think for a lot of people, it can be different. Some people get really heavy into all the stats. They look up every stat that they can for each team, whether it be individual team stats, coach stats, how many games a coach has won, how many they've lost, if they're on a win streak. You can really dive into the stats and have all that in your head. But for me personally, I obviously look up important stats. I look up that kind of stuff. But what I want to focus on is the game at hand. Because I think at the end of the day, people who are listening to college sports, that's what they're interested. That's what they're tuning in for. You know, they can get all the extra stuff later. I think most of the time people are interested in that stuff. They're going to look it up anyway. But for college sports, I think people are just interested in what's happening now in this game. What can I do or what can I say? Because since we're on radio especially too, what do I have to say to really show them or really get in their head what is happening in this game? So learning all the technical stuff. If you've never watched or, played volleyball, learning all the rules, learning the technicalities of it, that's the most important part for sure. Because if you're not able to tell the story of the game at what's happening, then all the stats really at the end of the day don't matter.
I think of Owen when he called soccer, because he was a soccer nut.
Yeah.
Listening to him call a soccer game was like listening to a FIFA call. It was insane how detail oriented he got. So yeah, I can respect everything you're talking about. Yeah, you gotta paint the picture for them.
Yeah, especially on radio. Like it's all over. All over, you're just listening. You don't see the game like on television where you can mute the commentator if you don't like what they're saying. It's the exact opposite. You have to be able to be, fair, unbiased, call the game the right way. And doing that here at UNO is obviously hard. Being a student stuff, you want to cheer for UNO, but at the end of the day, that's the most important about journalism is just that unbiased perspective.
Well, and we were talking a little bit about some of the things you do off campus and some of the things that you really make you. And I know right now you're so immersed in juggling your job, juggling classes, juggling management. But I also know that sports, that's who you are.
Yes.
And you said you never miss a Broncos game.
Try not to. Yeah, I try not. Hey, it's been going well this season, so we'll take it.
I'm a Vikings fan for like 100,000 years, man. I understand.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is, but I think me personally, sports have just been a way for me to connect with friends, family. A goal that me and my mom have is that we want to go to every single stadium and watch a football game. Just at some point in our lives, just go to every single stadium, watch a football game at every stadium. We've only got 2 out of the way so far, but I just think sports have been a way for me to connect with a lot of people. And that goes from my personal life to here at school to just anywhere. And so, any chance I get to talk sports with people, go to sports, watch sports, it's what I like to do for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, we got like 30 seconds left. Give a plug for potential students who should get involved with everything that is like School of Comm Media, MavRadio, newspaper, television? Do the plug.
I think if you're somebody who is just interested in anything, it could be fashion, it could be pop culture, sports, it could be anything you're interested in. If you want to showcase that interest, if you want to showcase that passion, coming to UNO, coming to the School of Comm gives you the resources to do it on the radio, on television, in paper. So I think at the end of the day, if you have that passion, you have that interest, it just takes coming in, putting your name in the hat, and going from there. And if I'm any indication, you can go pretty far with it.
We couldn't have scripted it better.
He's amazing.
Right? My Lord, come on, man. So appreciate you so much coming in and hanging with us for a few minutes.
Thank you.
Again, I'm Dr. Adam Tima. This is Jodine Brownlee. Listen to Comm in 10. Make sure you follow School of Communication on all the socials, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Comm in 10, a production of the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. New episodes drop every other week, so be sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And don't forget to follow the School of Communication on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube for the latest episodes and behind-the-scene updates.